Ain't the first time that's done happened to him. He got fucked up a long time ago by some alien grays from Zeta Reticuli. I wonder if it's from the Ace of Snee house. And he wasn't able to get out. But I used my third eye back in the past. This is when I was physical, before August 22nd, 2022, to pull him out. But anyways, they got him trapped on a spaceship, from what I understand. And they bringing all this undue stress on my family so that they can covet my Hike. And my Yate, I don't know if it's the foal or I don't think the original like that, but keeps trying to get my shit. Soul consciousness level. It's entity attachment to that girl, to Zendaya Coleman. He's gonna do that shit. Kill y'all, kill humanity just like Eminem saw, and wipe out y'all to where y'all don't exist. Y'all are clones serving the Illuminati and then become like them Zeta Grey Reticuli in the future. Something ain't done. And they got them roaches from Moles Millions timeline to do that. From what I understand, Odin Loyal, transitioned into one of them things. He got soul swapped by them when he was a kid, 7, I think. I'm sensing more like 2 or 3. And that's why Aaron Hernandez, Carlos Ortiz, and all of them broke fire on him. Got to bear it too. My third eye, because I'm out of body in part, it's like I was showing in the other timeline where I'm really trapped, isn't as effective. I tried using it, I almost killed the Illuminati the other night. I heard, even though I'm on board that ship and I came close to freeing, Baron Samedi and all of us off that motherfucker. My Archangel Michael, Santa Muerte on it, she trapped on it. Everybody, and they've been using a fake version of her to fuck with people. So with that being said, I heard that, working with Satan, I think they've been pretending to be Satan. I'm not sure. They can use the primordial darkness to work against you. I hope that peppermint oil is actually effective against me and there ain't no shading fraud going on. So with that being said, you can use those frequencies to help somebody if they've been abducted. They're trying to put pressure on me so that they can covet it, but you can't really fuck with me. I gotta get, I don't want to see that man Baron Samedi in that situation. I don't like seeing Santa Muerte who helped me out in that situation. That kills me. I know I sound like a nut when I proselytize all of this, but it's true. You use 694, 695 hertz, all these frequencies here to see what Santa Muerte, the real one, is. Be attached to your body, your timelines, all of that be on your body. And I saw Santa Muerte, my little road spirits was going to get Santa Muerte from there. They saw I had the soul consciousness and they took off. Heard the Illuminati was going to use this knowledge if I mention it. Bobby Hemmett has proselytized how you got UFOs of your family and all that shit. You got a lot of stuff attached to your body, your timelines, the whatchamacallit of your life. I feel them trying to take it right now. Like they took my whole consciousness and all of that the other night. Them and Meghan Markle, she keep attaching to this version of myself, how I used to look way back when. Off them road spirits because they helped me out a lot. It's just, it's fucked up. keep trying to make me a sacrifice to the Winds of Mountbattens. That's their real name. And, you know, I've been trying to kill Prince Andrew for the longest because of that shit. I saw it and cut up my brother and everything else and cut off his head, and that was all that got thrown into the ocean. I was told he was semi-alive because they got tricks to make people alive. It's kind of like, you know, you see this woman in Epstein's place. You know, people from Africa, you know, who are over there in Britain. That's why they quick to give them counselor houses. They call them welfare homes and all that shit, and not other people. Because they get a lot of human sacrifices, but they big on taking black people. You know, Prince Charles will rape them, send them to a hell realm where they, you know, they cut off from seeing their ancestors. Prince Charles do the same. Prince Andrew do the same. All of them. And what they do is, they, like that woman you see, they'll have roaches from Santa Muerte and he case realm. My little child spirit guide actually put an end to that when she found that out and wouldn't allow him to take, you know, roaches from their people trapped in roach realms and was trying to free him. Same thing with Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte, I guess she saw this shit and was like, nah, we ain't doing it. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all keep that shit out of here. We got Quetzalcoatl. We got Wetzalcoatl. We got Tlaloc. We got all these niggas over here. Just stay your crack asses over there. Y'all fucking with them Africans. Y'all stop all that shit. We ain't a part of that. Y'all ain't coming over here. We'll fuck your ass up. That's why I respect the Mexicans. I hate to say it, but my people, the Africans, be selling each other in sacrifices to them fucking honkies. Them royal honkies. And I don't like that shit. At least when y'all sacrifice, it was to y'all God and shit and to your people. Our people be... Nigga from Africa, I was told wanted to sacrifice. That's why a lot of wetbags do it to me too, but had a nigga try to do that shit and was acting like he was helping. That's the worst thing. I could deal with an enemy who's up front, but you come at me with the pretend shit, I'm gonna run you up the street even more, so I don't like that. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. With that being said, they took that poor African lady, put her on the rope, and then kicked the etheric wall and allowed her to be physically devoured, masticated by them motherfucking giant fucking cockroaches. And like I say, Santa Muerte, my little child spirit guide, were putting an end to it. They would try to, hey, we need roaches for this. We ain't doing no rituals. We ain't doing none of that shit. Y'all getting devoured. You getting devoured. Y'all keep that evil shit over here. So with that being said, we got Knight of Cups. Remember my English past life ancestors were talking some shit about them niggas, anyways, we got the Queen of, it's our Queen Marie. In the obstacle position, we got the Knight of Cups. And I feel that you're going up against a great deal of adversity. One thing I was told is, you know, I was shown this, them that motherfuckers ain't human. Those are some demonic motherfuckers. They partake in that shit, they enjoy it, they revel in it, the whole 9 yards. Another thing I saw too in the spirit plane, you know, one of the families that was, I think, part of Cassandra Nunez, Bloodline, the lady I got a reading from at 4706, 4705 Broadway Street, or 4706. Very nice people. I couldn't see it coming. It was just the whole situation fucked up. Now you're trying to intimidate me. I don't know if it's her herself or her soul consciousness for mentioning that. For just being honest about my spiritual situation. I hate being haunted. This shit gotta end. So I got the floor, the water, everything. I'm like, nigga, fuck you. People go, they fuck with that lady, and then RSL came and started fucking with her. Just a part of that contract, I don't know. She on board that spaceship, and I don't know what's going on. Anyways, with that being said, it's a lot of manipulation. I saw the Habsburgs, Bear and Samedi tried to set it up, and a bunch of royal families actually finally get their power back. You know, I was mentioning something about how they sell our consciousness to some beings or something. I think I got reptilians like Pindar and shit, but I don't know what's going on with him. Roach attachment, I don't know. But they selling our consciousness, and the royal family only get $12. The Rothschilds $500. That's why they got the fiat money, and you know they give motherfuckers who are esteemed by them the black card. You know, like Lil Wayne, that nigga got one. Drain card. He got one. That girl in that timeline who stole my body, Ace and Sneehouse got one. You use the Akashic 694, these frequencies to see. What I saw, from what I understand, they sell our consciousness to them. You know, I don't know how true this shit is. Prince Andrew will get, so he can stay out, he'll get like $12 and go riding around looking for, prostitutes and give them $12 and tell them this money will give you power, woo, woo, woo. That's why, again, they moved us, I remember I did something where I work with Allah to put us, working with working with me as CK. Allah put us back on the gold standard, and I felt the difference. So they got us on usury money, which is based on interest rates, and we're instantly, people of color countries like Mexico, Africa, especially the continent of Africa, get devalued. And I'm going to say something right now. Them niggas devalue themselves by sacrificing themselves. Y'all need to stop that shit. Stop sacrificing them albinos. Stop sacrificing yourselves. Stop doing all that shit. Stop fucking up your people and giving it to these motherfuckers who are weak compared to you, who ain't shit. They mad weak sauce, like they saying on E-Bomb's World. Remember reading it. Wish I could go back. Encyclopedia Dramatica, I was on that motherfucker. They weak. And you're giving these niggas that's recessive, genetic, all this access to your DNA, all this access to, this bitch, when y'all devalue yourself, people ain't gonna respect you. They devalue niggas so fucking much that Queen Elizabeth got reincarnated into an African family, started extricating all of the girls' families and everything out of their bodies. That's what Prince Andrew was going to do with me and my family. Go back in time and do that. And I think he acting as our highest selves. I think all of them. And then start extricating these motherfuckers from our body. From their body. And me and my road spirits tried to put them back in the other night. So, we'll try to help Kanye West, but he see them roaches, he gets scared. They, niggas make themselves too accessible. I talked about in a lot of blogs. Y'all gotta be like them Jewish motherfuckers who stole your legacy. I'm not very inclusive. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like I used to be on the PCH. What the fuck are you about? Get the fuck up out of here. They don't like niggas, I heard, from America because we got that Neanderthal DNA, you know, white people DNA, and therefore mentality. That's why they don't fuck with us. They don't want us coming over there. African American, keep them niggas over there because you ain't getting no sacrifices, you ain't getting no weird shit, but you will get beat. When they tried to use us, I heard in the spirit plane, in the ritual, one of us, after kidnapping us, we beat the shit out of him. It was a woman who beat the shit out of Prince Charles. You don't play with American niggas. You don't play with Americans in general. A lot of them got black. They got Native Americans. The Indian man was telling me this a long time ago. Original natives, especially in the southern part of the United States, were black. You know, niggas, from what I heard, are the only ones that can transcend. We got the Pyramid of Giza crowning us. Nobody else got that. And that's why we're so envied. You know, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing talked about that theory of color confrontation. White survival. It's because they're the most recessive and can be eliminated. White genetic annihilation, some shit like that. That's why that's a big hot topic, and that's why they big on trying to assimilate y'all motherfuckers, especially in that original timeline, and get y'all to mix up and all this other shit. I'm like that because of a Swedish past life, and that, you know, the daddy for everybody's strong from that motherfucker. It's strong, but with this shit here, y'all got to stop devaluing yourselves, and I mean, be who you are. You know, like I say. Swedish past life identity, Vietnamese is mad strong with me. You know, I got an Asian way of looking at shit as well as white, just common sense, just because I lived a long life. You know, in a lot of my timelines, my past lives, I was English. White English nigga. I'm going to say this. You got to stop devaluing yourselves for these motherfuckers. Know your word. You know, even the Mexicans, they out secrets to them because it was changed to white man. But for the most part, they like, nah, we ain't doing all it. We ain't getting on this shit. I'm trying to take that man over. They can do dumb shit too. But I heard, you see the videos like, there was a white dude who went over to Mexico back in the day. Them cartel they sacrificed the fuck out of him. I watched these videos of Africans interacting with Europeans. I would have knocked them the fuck out, And I'm not a violent woman. I remember they had a white boy in Vons I used to frequent. This was when I was in the road trim, and I was trading blows with. If I was in much better shape, I would have whipped that crack ass. I was going back and forth, man, but I had my good friend Pepe from Spain, España. He used to say, like, motherfuckers, I'm from España. Come and help. He was like a daddy to me. Miss them fucking days, man. If this shit wasn't a reality, it hurts. Them little roaches, all these motherfuckers don't understand that, but I gotta turn this shit around. I heard Phil Donahue got a show where he speaks out against them, and they trying to kill him off in that timeline. If I could ever get back, 1248 hertz is key. They're gonna try to do something to him, protect. And I feel like they eyes, because they in my soul consciousness and shit, are watching. They stole a lot of it. That's why I wanted that saffron oil so I could get the shit back, as well as safflower oil. I don't deal with them people at all. With that being said, protect them. I heard Jimmy Kimmel and Black China, Angela White, who got condemned to hell realms, know about my situation. It's supposed to be, big. And they got attacked. They turned Jimmy Kimmel. I remember I used to have a security guard. He was black from back in the day that used to fuck with me and harass me when I was living in Miracle Mile. I had a dream about Miracle Mile last night. A lot of this shit person started. The topless thing, too. And I heard he saw what happened. He was, I know that nigga was a nut and everything, but why y'all doing this shit? And he wanted to get involved, high himself, and they killed him. I heard that girl in that timeline is alive with Ralph Nate and I think Roach Ted. I don't know what's going on, but he tried to help, but he wanted people that gatekeep me or some shit. Or somebody else, a Kylie Jenner. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I hate when this shit be like, oh, don't say it. I never liked Ralph Nate. He seemed like he part of the program. That's why I ride for Trump. Trump is more sincere. I heard he died in that timeline, and he died penniless. He died fucked up. But he's part of the program. They pay some celebrities. I heard Robbie Williams pay him a mad amount of money to turn people into entity attachments. I helped my mother in another timeline a couple of days ago who was turned into one. They turned my parents in this one. They put it in non-existence. I was able to turn that shit back. I don't know if they put it in Hathor's hell realm. I don't know. 3517 hertz. 3517 hertz combined with 115 hertz so that you can be able to find somebody can help you out. Because of my situation, combining it. This decimal's supposed to help you bypass light years. 1.7 combined with 0.000, million hertz. So you just download something with 0 hertz. And, I combine it with that to help out. 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz is really, really good. I remember I put myself right back together with that because your ancestors are contained in your bones and shit. And so that's how you can get around it. I heard with the Illuminati, they be putting runes on people's shit. My little child spirit guy told me 3.2 million hertz can reverse that shit. And runes actually contain your ancestors like a package. So 3.2 million hertz can, whatchamacallit that shit. So use it. Well, with that being said, They be paying these, they be giving these people money. Black cards, you know, you see these motherfuckers out of nowhere who don't be doing shit like, you know, Andrew Tate. Now, he ain't one of them. He just, he's sex slaves or some shit. Don't be doing shit. And they worth a lot of money all of a sudden out the blue. It's not because of dumb luck. It's not because they work hard. It's because they set up as props by the New World Order so that things can look a certain way to the people and you don't suspect anything that's going on. Kind of like 3iAtlas shit. With that being said, they give these motherfuckers a black card to keep people who are soul swapped in their place. They give motherfuckers black cards for real entities. Those are usually poor people with strong spiritual abilities who, like me, ain't got the time to deal with that shit. Who, like, legal, ain't aware of it, get struck with the shit, and then all of a sudden placed in hell realms. Use 4,200 to change somebody back from being a real entity. That Black Eye Club was actually talking about it. Right eye or some shit like that. I saw that in the spirit plane. Me and my little spirits, we used 4,200 hertz to reverse that shit right back. That'll change somebody from being real. 3517 hertz, somebody from non-existent. Einstein said it himself, matter cannot be created or destroyed. Energy is ineffable. It's eternal. It always exists. You can always get a nigga back, especially if they're in spirit form. 117 hertz, if you were ever physical, you can get put back just by using that frequency. Runes, 3.2 million. You can always reverse shit. 142 hertz could work, but 3.2 million is more effective. Download something with 3.2, then add all the zero, and we good. We Gucci. All you motherfucking need. Frequency, a lot of the Vietnamese, the Asians fuck with it, and they know all the truths. But it's the scientific truths of the spirit plane. That's how they approach it. So anyways, we're going to do this motherfucking reading. Now remember, I did it too. So we got Knight of Cups in the obstacle position. And with that being said, I feel like you in a good place. And you feel like you're going up against the battle, you know, just like with this 3iAtlas road chili and shit, that seems impossible to deal with, but it ain't. Possibility is impossible. We got Queen of Wands right here. And I feel that you are in that energy, but you unaware that you got adversarial forces that don't want you. I'm feeling Queen Elizabeth with this bit. The Hermit. The future position. And I feel like you're going in a position where you're going to have a lot of help. You don't see it coming. A lot of eyes on you and a lot of people looking to help you out. Eight of Swords is subconscious. I feel like you are stuck in a very fucked up bad place. And you don't see a way out. So like the frankincense and myrrh connection to God, but I was getting fuck with, and that's because of that Illuminati shit yesterday. Really, really fucking bad. Really bad. So, Eight of Swords. I feel like you feel that you stuck. You got a lot of shit around you, and you do. You got burden shit. Four of Cups is the goal position. And that's to put in work. I gotta do that today. Soul swap and all that shit gotta go. Three of Swords is the advice card, and something is telling you to go in the direction of taking care of you and your family. That's unusual that I don't get a text back from my brother. I'll usually get something. I don't know why they entertain my craziness, because we ain't in our body. We all got taken out of our show at one timeline. We weren't supposed to be here. Again, it's about covering our powers. That mirror set it up with that Ace of Sneehouse, from what I understand. Isa, her name Isa, back in the past. Two of Pentacles. You're surrounded by a lot of people that want to look out for you, but also a lot of adversarial energy. Fear in your hopes card. Four of Cups. And I feel like you got a lot of shit that wants to be adversarial, don't really want to work with you and go against you. Outcome, we got the Hangman. It's okay. But we got the Hangman. And that's the outcome. And I feel like you're waiting for a great result to come about, but it's going to take some time, but it's coming. Impact is mad soon. With that being said, if you want a more personalized reading, I can't get over. It's supposed to be Princess Kalina of Bulgaria. I was trapped in the 10 in that timeline. And they felt entitled to just take me up because I don't like bullies who pick on people who feel like they're weak and don't fight back. Especially when you face something like that, kill Illuminati.